Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to Live for Faith. I'm excited to have you guys here, and yeah, I have an exciting video for you guys today. You guys will pardon this my frequent change of location. I'm trying out new things every time, so you guys should please bear with me. So today I'm going to be doing I don't want to call it a reaction video, but it's like a reaction video, and that's what I'm going to be doing today, right? A while back I asked a question to my people on WhatsApp and Instagram, right? And they answered, and so I got some very interesting responses to that question, and that's what I want to talk about today. So you guys should please stay tuned. Wash me, cleanse me, Lord, decide to find me. I am ready to sacrifice and take me. Wash me, cleanse me, Lord, decide to find me. All right, guys, welcome back. I'm gonna go straight into it, and I just want to put it out there that I'm using a laptop, and the laptop is down here, and so I'm going to be looking down a lot because that's where I'm going to get the responses from. So you guys should please bear with me. So the question that I asked, right, was, what's the biggest lesson that you have learned so far in life? I'm very big on lessons, right? I'm a firm believer that everything that happens to us, every experience that we have in life is a lesson for us to learn. So if something good happens to you, there's a lesson to be learned. If something bad happens to you, there's a lesson to be learned there, right? And so I've lived a major part of my adult life with this mindset, and it has really helped me. I'm not going to lie, because I find that, you know, the popular saying goes, experience is the best teacher, and I always say that, who says that the experience has to be your own experience? So this means that you can learn from anybody's experience. It could be a friend, it could be a mentor, but like it's easier actually to learn from people's experiences instead of, you know, making your own mistakes and then learning from it. So I asked on my WhatsApp, on my Instagram, what the biggest lesson is so far that people have learned, and I got some very interesting responses, and I'll be giving a reaction to those responses. So the first response, he says, I have learned that nobody send you for this life, that close friends and family go disappoint you before strangers do. Okay, so while I understand where this person is coming from, I mean, I've been burnt, right, by friends, I've been burnt by family members, like people that you wouldn't ordinarily think would throw you away in a second. I mean, they've done that to me, but I still believe that, right? I still believe that we don't say because of the kinds of things that people have done to us, who also, you know, throw them away. This doesn't necessarily mean that nobody send you, right? It could just mean that at that particular point in time, the human being in them was just coming forth, right? Because many people, we fail to, even the Bible says it, right, that the heart of man is desperately wicked. And so, yes, I'm going to be preaching right now. So before we decided to give our lives to Christ, before we became believers, there was a nature in us, and that nature was a nature of evil, which allowed for wickedness. And so what happens is, you give your life to Christ, you become a regenerated man, and that wicked spirit is changed into a good spirit. It's changed into the Holy Spirit, and so you begin to exhibit some good fruits and everything. So it could be that at that moment, at that point in time, the people that you were looking to for help were not exactly in a position to really understand this thing that I just said. They've not entered into that truth, or they've not entered into being good, for lack of a better word. So yeah, I know, and I know that's your lesson, right? But this is what I think about it. Next, this person said, God is real, as in very real. And for me, this is the whole truth and nothing but the truth. God is real, very real. He's so real that if you have never had an experience with God before, all you need to do, I dare say, is go before him and tell him, God, I want to experience you, and open up your heart to it, and bet me rather, you are going to have an experience. God is real. And if you're one who is very sensitive, you can
you can legit feel the presence and the hand of God in everything that happens in your life. So yeah, that's number 2. God is real, very real. I agree with you. Number 3, everyone has a limited time in your life. I agree with this, but this is the angle I agree with it from. I agree with it from the angle that everybody's gonna die, right? Nobody is gonna live forever, and so someone might love you so much and not last long enough to love you for the rest of your life. Let me use an example. My father, right? My father loved me, but if he had his way, I'm sure he would still be alive today, but he's no longer alive, right? So this is the angle to which I will agree with this point, that everyone has a limited time in your life, except if this person means another thing, which I actually think that's what the person means, right? But no, I'm not going. I don't think, if it's that angle, I don't think that everyone has limited time in your life. I just feel like there are some people who will be there with you all through your life. Of course, yes, there are some people who are there with you for a particular season of your life, and after that season, they've done all they need to do in your life, right? There's no doubt about that. But like saying that everybody, I don't think so, except if this person was talking from the angle of death and old age and all of that. So next one, this person says the journey of life is personal and you are 100% responsible for your life. 100% true. At the end of the day, we are born into families. Yes, we have mommies, we have daddies, we have friends, we have siblings, but at the end of the day, we are all running individual races. So the journey of life is actually personal. It's between you and your God. We are all you have to be 100% responsible for your life. So you get to a point where, as an adult, where you learn to take responsibility for every action, right, that you take. And I learned this a bit early in my life. I'm very grateful to God for that for everything that you do, there is a consequence, whether good or bad. So if you, for example, if you have an exam and you study for it, the likelihood that you're gonna pass that exam in flying colors is there because you put in the action, and so the consequence of that action is good results. Now, if we turn it over and do the reverse of it, you're having an exam and you don't read, the likelihood that you're going to fail that exam is high, because the consequence of not reading is failure, right? So yeah, you're 100% responsible for your life. You're 100% responsible for whatever consequences come your way. And lastly, this person gave 2 responses. The burden of freedom is the greatest burden there is. Now, I had to ask this person for an explanation, and when he explained it to me, it made sense. You know how when we're children, we wanted to grow up so that our parents would stop babying us, and then we became teenagers, and then we became youth, young adults, and all of that. And then we find that the more freedom there is, the more burden there is, right? So we were in secondary school, we wanted to enter into uni because we wanted freedom, and then we got into uni where we got the freedom we're looking for. Our parents were not trailing us. You had a choice to go to classes or stay in your room, go to parties or go to class and all of that. And then it becomes burdensome because at the end of the day, you are responsible for your life, right? At this point, you can't blame any other person for whatever goes wrong in your life. And so yes, freedom is the greatest burden that there is. I agree with that. Next one. This person says, I've learned so many lessons. You are mostly loved because you are beneficial and can be used. Now, this response got to me because I have heard it a lot from men, mostly men, and I understand where it's coming from, right? And I'll just read the response here. I said I don't think it's a good lesson to learn, but I can understand where the thought comes from. I know it's I think it's very sad when people feel like they are only needed when they can offer something, when they are beneficial to you. I don't think it's a good place to be, and I don't think it's a good lesson to learn, because at the end of the day, what this would mean is that you don't get to fully love people and hold people, right? What you do is you are only there. There are people are very smoke like to you, so you carry this mindset that people will not stay with you, and so you are very quick to dismiss people and all of that. So I actually don't think it's a good lesson to learn. If you have this mindset, please, I don't think it's a good thing. Okay, I mean, look at Jesus, for example. Jesus and his 12 disciples, Judas Iscariot, Jesus legit knew. I think it was John chapter 6, the last verse of John chapter 6. Jesus knew that Judas Iscariot was going to betray him, but he still kept him among his 12 guys, like his G's and all. So I think we need to get to that point where we are able to love even people that we know they are going to use us, people who we know they are just there for the money or there for our fame or whatever it is that you have that you think people are leeching on. I think that we need to learn to have that kind of relationship with them. Now, these people might not, and I'm not saying that you have to have these people as close friends, or I'm saying that you can maintain some form of communication, some form of friendship, maybe an arm's length kind of friendship where they are your friends and you love them genuinely, but you know the kinds of limits that you put between you and this person. I don't know if I made any sense, but I'm gonna go on. The next one says, you are on your own. Be there for yourself as much as you are there for others. This one I completely agree with. Self-care. My friend Tayo just she has a podcast and she talks about, blooming in your 20s, and her last topic was self-care. I will put the link in the description box for us to go and listen to that podcast. I think that one thing that many of us forget to do these days is to actually care for ourselves. We're so there for other people that we forget to take care of ourselves. So yes, this is a good lesson to learn. Be there for yourself as much as you are there for other people. If not, you will burn out, you will break down, you will be hurt at the end of the day, because one day you're going to look back and find that while you have nurtured other people, you have totally forgotten about yourself. So yeah, take care of yourself. The next one, no one is coming to save you. This one was harsh, right? It was harsh. And the first thing I said in my mind was like, okay, yes, maybe not a human being, but Jesus Christ will save me. My Lord and personal Savior will save me. And it's true. So I think that for me, what I would interpret this as is, don't have that expectation that somebody will come to your rescue. I mean, somebody as in a human being, right? Because I think it gives a lot of room for disappointment, right? It gives a lot of room for disappointment. And so I don't think it's that's what I would phrase this to be. So instead of no one is coming to save you, I would say do not have expectations of people like that. Make sense? Makes sense. Okay. Next one. Anger isn't worth it. Yes, anger, it's a very vile thing. Oh my God. I'm not going to share that story today, but there was something that anger made me do, and since then I have been, regretting everything that I did that period. And this is so true. Anger is not worth it. It might seem like, if you don't pour it out immediately, you're going to burst, but trust me, it's a lie. If you let off the steam for some minutes, that's it. You'll find out that the thing that you're even angry about, you don't even hold water, right? So you just spend hours getting angry and then pouring out your mind, and then once you've said some things in anger and then you calm down, it's very embarrassing, and then it's not easy to take your words back, because it's just like you breaking an egg. It falls. Let's say you are able to even pick up the pieces of all the shells, you cannot successfully put them all back together. If you successfully put them all back together, you will still find the cracks there. And that's how words are, especially when we say things in anger. So yeah, anger is not worth it. The next one says, sadly, nobody sent you. Everyone has their own baggage to deal with. Yeah. So nobody sent you. I already explained this earlier. I feel like yes, people actually send you, right? But at that point in time, like she said, they might actually have their own problems that they are going through, and they might not have the ability to be there for you 100% like you want or like you wish. But yeah, some people actually send you. They might just not be in the capacity in that moment to help you the way you want to be helped. Next one. Life adjusts to your needs. Just have the desire. So I believe that this person was talking about the fact that as you want and desire more, as you grow, you find that the things that you wish for, the things that you desire, come to you as time goes. Just like how we used to say, we are now living in the reality of the things that we prayed for, right? If you look at your life right now, if you do like some form of what's it called now, analysis or evaluation, you find out that the things that you were praying for are currently in your life. So I think that this is what this person was trying to explain. The next one says relationship is not constant. Yeah, relationship is not constant. There are some relationships that will not remain forever, which is very true. Some people are in your life for a particular season and they're going to leave once their time in your life is up, and it's okay. I mean, it's just life. That's how life is. So we move. So yeah, I think that's it. So this was fun for me. I hope it was fun for you. If it was fun for you, I want you to tell me what your biggest lesson in life is so far. Tell me what stood out for you. What thing did I say here that you don't totally agree with? Tell me in the comment section. I want to know. Please don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching this video. God bless you till I see you once again. Bye.
Wash me, cleanse me, Lord, decide to find me. I am ready to serve you. I take me, wash me, cleanse me.